vertical wind turbine. Best to go with horizontal at this point. But here we go, continuously modifying. That's what it's doing right now. I'm leaving that for now until I get these parts finished and ready to assemble the new modification. Today the wind's been pretty good, so we're back in the shed here. We are now making end plates. There was a Chinese group that did, students I guess, did the PhD dudes, you know, the smart whippersnappers. They did the research about end plates. So the efficiency picks up like 4.5%. And then if you mount your end bars where attachment point is at the very tip of there, it picks up almost 9+% efficiency. So I picked these blades up from my man down there in South Carolina. I'm changing the original design. Their attachment points were, as you can see right here, through the blade. I am going to epoxy fill these and sand them down. Same thing on the inside, do that. The new attachment points will be at the end here. So I am going to put a plate. I'll pull this over here so you can see it. The new attachment is going to be like this. I'm going to have a hole drilled through the end cap here, and it's actually going to come in and meet that square plate. I'm going to weld a plate on there with a nut plate in there, and then put it to this, curve it. I'm going to grind this so it matches the blade's shape, and then of course put the bolt through there, so that's the attachment point for the blade. I'm also taking this is a square stock, and of course that's not super aerodynamic, so we have to go to the next step. We're going to take aluminum rod, or actually aluminum tubing, and we're going to cut that in half. So I'll have two moon shapes, and then I'm going to attach them to the face of the flat stock to give it the aerodynamic buffer it needs to spin around a little smoother. So that's where we're at. Right now, I'm fine-tuning these. My lowest blade was 369.2 grams. I was just working on this one up. Put it over there. Take this a look at this. So 369.2 was our lowest weight. This one's coming in at 369.3 now. It was 371.34. We're down to 369.3, so I've got to take off 1/10 of a gram off of there. So they weigh the same, 1/10 of a gram off. So I'm going to continue to sand and shave this down with a file and take that little bit off so they match. I have to make all 6 match. They start off around 371. They drop all the way down to 369.2. Some are pretty close, so I just got to do a little more filing. These are going to be the end caps. So the engineers decided, hey, with this end cap, it picks up 4% efficiency when it's spinning around. So that's what we're going with. Those are going to be on there. I haven't decided how I'm attaching these. Probably aluminum weld. I'm going to practice my stick weld here a little bit and then try that. So that's a permanent attachment. And then with also the threaded bolt going through here, it's going to be pretty much a weld on, and then put those bolt plates and stuff like that in place. So I'll have to see how it works out. But that's my thoughts for now. Any suggestions, feel free. That's it for now. And these things are going out on a 4-foot arm. So I'll have an 8-foot diameter. So that's pretty much close to it. I am also taking, as you saw on the test up earlier, I know I put them down here somewhere. Of course, they're hiding. Let's go with this. I have to cut. I got 1/4-inch aluminum plate, 12-inch diameter. So I have to cut circles out of that. Once I cut those circles, that will be the mounting point for these arms to actually bolt into underneath the original turbine. So I have to take the actual turbine off the generator, which I'm dreading because that thing is pressed on there so hard. So anyway, that's the point we're at. We're not giving up. We're going to make this thing work even better. And, you know, who knows, in the future I may buy a larger one of these airfoil blades just to have something a little more powerful. So let's see how this works. So far it's been going. We did produce more power the other day. This thing was up to 0.19, I think it was. So it's actually producing power and going to the grid. It's not currently doing anything. Today's supposed to be some pretty high winds later today. So hopefully, like I said, this is doing this. This sucks because it's just sitting there doing that, producing not enough for 50 volts continuous at that rotation. I also bought a RPM measure, so I'll be able to do a speed test when I take this thing back down and apart to see what the generator needs and how much it's putting out at what point of RPMs to make sure the power curve is as test up says it is, which I highly doubt, but I will check it. That's it for now.